And we are live. What's happening, people? It is Monday night. Live Q&A right here on the Top Agent Hangout private Facebook group. Hopefully you guys had an awesome weekend. I'm just getting a couple things here up and running, and we're going to jump in. I've got a lot of questions that came in over the weekend. And from last week, a lot of things on for sale by owner strategies. As a lot of you guys know, I've made a career on for sale by owners and have become a top listing agent by just focusing on for sale by owners. So there's 3 or 4 questions about that, and then whatever comes in actually live based on you guys watching. So I'm just getting a couple of things here started, and we're going to start here in just a second. So how about, for those of you in Michigan, how about the crazy storm today? That was insane. That was pretty wild. Okay, so we are... All right, so we're live. So I'm going to jump into this. It is 8 o'clock on the dot. So let's jump in. So the first question that we got was, what am I saying to set so many for sale by owner appointments? So I got a lot of these questions last week based on the documentary that I made on, I believe it was Thursday or Friday, when I documented my entire day. So here's the thing with for sale by owners. I focus on for sale by owner preview appointments. The reason why is because I know that 80 to 90% of those FSBOs are going to list their home at some point. So my goal when a new for sale by owner hits the market, my only intention is to meet that for sale by owner face to face. That's my first goal. So what's the easiest way to get face to face with a for sale by owner? Because, the last thing a for sale by owner wants to think about, to talk about when they first hit the market is the word listing their home. They don't want to talk about that. However, they're the easiest motivated seller to get in front of face to face. So I focus on for sale by owner preview appointments, and I'm not going to go into my entire strategy. I'm coming out with an 8-week for sale by owner training boot camp in the next couple of weeks, and I'm going to talk more about that. So here's what I actually say. So when a new for sale by owner hits the market, I simply use this script when setting appointments. Ring, ring, ring. Hello. Good morning. This is Brandon. I'm a local realtor. How are you? Oh, great. So I was calling about the house at 123 Main Street. Did you accept an offer, or is the home still available for sale? Oh, it's still available? Okay, great. So really quick, while I've got you, just a couple of questions. Are you open to working with buyer agents at this time? Okay, perfect. Oh, and you're paying 2.5% commission. Perfect. Okay, really quickly, and let me ask you, how long are you going to try and sell the home on your own before you look at some other options? About a month or so? Okay, perfect. And if you had to put the home on the market, do you have a close friend or family member who you'd be obligated to work with? And that's my script. It's very, very simple. If I get the answers that I'm looking for, I am setting that for sale by owner preview appointment, and that appointment scheduling script simply sounds like this. Okay, perfect. What I'd like to do is actually see the inside of the home. Are you home in the afternoons, or early evenings typically better for you? And again, the mindset of the for sale by owner at this point is, I'm going to sell my house on my own. Most for sale by owners are very open to working with buyer agents and paying a buyer agent commission, their 2 or 3%. They just don't want to pay the listing agent commission. So that's the deal with for sale by owner preview appointments. I'm just trying to figure this out. Okay. So that's what I say to set for sale by owner appointments. So that was question number 1. Question number 2. What's better to focus on, Brandon, when it comes to listing homes? What's the best strategy or the best lead source out there? Is it for sale by owners, or is it expired listings? What a great question, because I've done so much of both. And so my opinion is by far, the best listing lead, in my opinion, is for sale by owners. Why? Here's why. Let me go through a couple things just from a high level. I'll go in more detail later if you guys want me to, but from a high level, here's why. So the for sale by owner, we know for certain. Here's what we know for sure. We know for sure that they're looking to sell their home right now. It's the only listing lead out there that we know that. An expired listing, yes, they were on the market, but we can't say for certain that they're looking to sell their home still if we were to call them. So that's number one. Number one, if you're looking to get listings today, right now, tonight, or tomorrow morning, we know that a for sale by owner is looking to sell their home today. Is that true or is that true? I think you guys would all agree with that. That's number one. Number two, when we look at our time return, so not our return on investment, our return on our time, based on outbound prospecting over the telephone, there is no better contact rate than for sale by owners. Think about it. For sale by owners are glued to their phone. They are, every time that thing rings, they're answering it. So if you're looking at getting your contact rates the highest, there's nothing higher than for sale by owners. It's very difficult to get expired listings on the phone, and it's even harder when you're circle prospecting or calling through neighborhoods, making just listed, just sold calls. That's the hardest contact to make. So that's number two. Number two is from a contact perspective and return on your prospecting time and efforts. There's no better contact rate than for sale by owners. And then number three, I would say, is that, again, we know that 80 to 90% of for sale by owners are going to end up listing their home for sale. It's just two questions. It's a matter of time and who is it going to be with. Those are the only two questions. So that's my opinion. I believe for sale by owners are much better, a much better lead source than expired listings. So question number three. Let's see. How do you pre-qualify a seller listing appointment? So this is different. The question's not different, but a preview appointment is much different than an actual listing appointment. I think you guys would all agree with that. So you should be pre-qualifying every single one of your listing appointments. And here's what you need to be doing. There's one magical question in the pre-qualifying script, but you're looking to do a couple things when you're pre-qualifying a listing appointment. Number one is you need to make sure that the time still works for the seller. After going to so many listing appointments with no call, no shows, you start to learn really quick that you're not going to frickin' do that again. So number one, you want to call and make sure that that the time and the day still works for the seller to meet with you. I mean, again, there's nothing worse than setting the appointment, prepping for the appointment, doing your CMA, doing all the things necessary to get to that appointment, driving however long it may take, 30 or 40 minutes to go to the appointment, to show up and no one be there. That's the worst. So number one, you're going to call to make sure that the day and time still works. Number two, and this is the magic pre-qualification script that you're going to use when pre-qualifying an act. Sorry about that. I am back. I got a phone call in the middle of that. Okay. So number two is, so the magical question is, if what I say when we get together makes sense and you believe that I am the right agent to get the job done and I believe that I can sell your home, is there any reason why we won't work together when we meet this afternoon? So I'm going to say that again. When we meet this afternoon at 4 o'clock and I walk you through my marketing strategy, I walk you through our process, and after you see everything and you believe that I can get the job done of selling your home and I believe that I can sell your home, is there any reason why we won't be working together after we meet this afternoon? Here's what that does. Number one, it is meant to bring out any type of an objection that you're going to have to deal with when you actually go to the listing appointment. Hold on one second, you guys. I'm going to turn this light off. it'll tell you what objections you're going to have to deal with when you get to the actual listing appointment. How great is that? How great is it to know the answers to the test before you take the test? So they may say things like, well, we're going to talk to a couple different agents before we make our decision. Or, well, it depends on what you think you can sell our house for. But you will know the answer before you leave your office to go to the listing appointment. So that's the first thing it does. Number two is it sets a clear expectation with the consumer, in this case it's a homeowner, that you're going there to talk about selling their home, right? If you ask that question the way that I just asked it, if they had no intention of selling their home, or they believe that the appointment that you set with them was something different, they're going to tell you, wait, I don't want to meet with you to sell my home. I thought you were coming to tell me X, Y, and Z, or I thought you were going to come appraise my home or something. So that's what it also does. So it sets a really clear expectation up front to let the seller know that, hey, when we sit down, I'm going to walk you through everything. I'll answer all of your questions, and so that they have a good expectation of what they can expect when you come over to talk about listing their home. All right. So let's see. All right. So the fourth question that I got from the group was, where do I get my for sale by owner leads from? So there are so many different sources out there, and I've tried most of them. I personally am having the best luck, and I personally like Land Voice leads the best. So I've tried RedX, I've done Vulcan, I've done Mojo, I've done all of these different lead sources. None of them are bad, so I won't say anything bad about any of those companies. I just, for whatever reason, I prefer to use Land Voice. I just have the most luck with that lead provider. So those were the four questions that we got from the group. Any of you that are watching live right now, is there any questions that I can answer for you right now about how to grow your real estate sales business? Is there anything that you're struggling with? From a lead generation perspective, or from a lead conversion perspective, or from a strategic level? Is there anything out there that you guys are curious about that I can answer for you guys right now? And I'll give you guys a few minutes to kind of think about that and maybe type in a couple things while I take care of a couple things on this side. And if not, it's okay. It's no big deal. I just was curious if there's anything live that I can answer for you guys. Just for those of you that are watching, just as a heads up, I am still working on the 8-week for sale by owner boot camp training that you guys all have been asking about. So I still need a couple more weeks to finish that program up. And then I'll be giving people in our top agent hangout group first dibs to get into the program before anybody else can. But I'll keep you guys posted as how that's going before we launch the actual program. All right, so if there are no other questions, I'm gonna log off because I want to make sure that I respect your time and not have you watch for no reason, and respect my time, right? So I'm gonna get home and hang out with the family, hang out with the kids. But every week, Monday night at 8 p.m., I do a live Q&A just like this, where I answer any questions that have to do with you growing your real estate sales business. And so last week I think we only had 2. This week we had 4, so the group's picking up. If there's any agent that you think needs free coaching, tips, or advice on their real estate sales business, go ahead and add them to the Top Agent Facebook group. I'll make sure I approve them right away. But there are so many agents out there that I think could benefit from a group like this. We're providing free coaching tips and advice every single week. So Cammie, no problem. It's my pleasure to be of service to you and the real estate agent community. I love it. It's my personal passion. I just think that the industry needs more leadership, more of us to step up and to give back to those agents that are just getting started or those agents that are struggling in the business. And so it's my pleasure to be of service because I do care, and I do look forward to building relationships with the agents that are in this group. So again, if there's agents that you guys think would benefit from this group, just forward them the link. Go ahead and add them to the group. I'll approve it right away so they can start benefiting from it. So you guys, thanks for joining. Hopefully that those 4 questions and answers will help you. I know they all had to do with for sale by owners, but I think based on last week where I was focus on those live for sale by owner calls. And you guys know that's my number one strategy. So I'm glad that it provided you guys value. So is there any, I'm going to give you guys one more opportunity. Is there any other questions out there that I can answer? Let's see, Cassie, would love to hear a little more about lead generation strategies whenever you have time. The physical stuff has been made. So let me give you a couple more things while we're live. So the first thing that any agent out there should be focused on is your database system. Now, before you judge, before you say, yeah, no shit, your database, that's what everybody's telling me, Brandon. That's what my broker tells me. That's what all the coaches are talking about. That's what everyone's saying. But what and how do I actually do it? All right, so let me give you a couple tactics on how to, because you should be getting, based on my database strategy, you should get 10% of the people that are in your database to either A, do business with you, or B, refer you to somebody. So if there are, let's just say if there's 1,000 people in your database, or let's just say, doesn't matter, 10% of your database should turn into an actual transaction. So here is a simple database strategy for you, Cassie, and everybody else watching. The only thing that's worth money in a real estate sales business is your database, by the way. So nothing else is actually worth any money. So if you're a real estate agent, you need to have a CRM, and I'll make another video about CRMs. Get a CRM, put everyone in your database, everybody that you know, your sphere of influence, your current prospects, past clients, everyone needs to be in this database. And here's how you communicate with that database. Everybody in the database should be getting a video email from you once a week. A video email from you once a week. The videos should be very, very short. They should be 3 to 5 minutes long, based on tips and advice as to buyers, prospective buyers and sellers. Your job as what I call the mayor of your database, meaning your responsibility is to lead those people in your database when it comes to real estate. That's your job. You're a real estate agent. They're looking for you to guide them through one of the most difficult transactions out of any industry. So you need to provide them with high levels of content through email and different platforms, but you should be in the content business, and you just happen to be a real estate agent. So once a week, you're sending a 3 to 5 minute video email to everybody in your database. Now, to get examples of those, if you just go to my YouTube page, just Brandon Mulrenin, you're going to see a ton of examples where these are just 3 to 5 minute videos, little short advice tips to people in my database, and everyone in my database gets that email once a week. So that's number one. So I'm contacting everyone once a week through video email. Number two is everyone's getting a piece of paper direct mail from me every single month. And it doesn't have to be expensive. I use a company called thepersonalmarketingcompany.com. Thepersonalmarketingcompany.com. They automate the entire system, so I don't touch a thing. I uploaded my database to their database, and they have a different piece of mail that they send out to my entire database for me every single month. I don't touch it. If I add people to my database, I just send them an email, and they do all of the work. They create the content, they mail it out, they handle the postage, they handle all of those things, okay? So now everyone in my database is getting an email from me once a week. They're getting a piece of direct mail from me once a month, and everyone's getting an actual phone call every quarter. So we've got the once a week, once a month. Now, once a quarter, I'm calling them. What do I say when I call them? Literally, let's not overthink this. I think so many agents don't call through their database because they're like, dude, I don't know what the frick to say. I don't want to feel like a salesperson. I don't want to come off pushy. I don't want to, so I get it. So all you say is simply, hey, they're going to know who you are. Hey, it's Brandon. How are you? I'm just checking in. Is there anything that I could do for you right now? You're just leading with the law of reciprocity. You're just giving value. You're not asking for anything. The only thing that you're doing is asking how you can be of service to them. That's in your quarterly call. And then once a year, you're doing an awesome client event. So those are the 4 things. In the client event, you can do so many different things. It doesn't have to be expensive. You can do a barbecue where you cook out for your, couple hundred people, where you just provide pop and whatever the case may be. But it doesn't have to be crazy. So just those 4 tactics will put you in a position to convert 10% of the people in your database. You got to be making videos if you're going to stay in this business. You have to make video. If you're uncomfortable with it, just get over it. It's very simple. There's many platforms. I can help you out with that as well. 1 video email to everyone in your database. 1 direct mail piece to everyone in your database once per month. 1 quarterly phone call to every single person in your database, and 1 annual client appreciation event per year. Okay, so that's a simple, another lead generation strategy that everyone should employ. Cassie, I will spend more time on lead generation on another video. Is there any other questions out there that I could answer for you guys? I'll give you another minute before I log off here. What's up, Dave? Good to see you. No? Going once? All right. So listen, again, the goal is just to provide you guys value and help grow your business. So if you do need anything, let me know. You can send me a private message, but I'll see you guys next Monday night. Make sure that you stay focused this week. I'm hoping that you're on a schedule and you're staying true to that schedule. So Cam, do you boost Facebook posts? So yeah, so great question. I did leave something out there. With my, you guys should, when this ends, just head over to my YouTube channel and look at just some examples. I wish I could show you an example. But the same videos that I send out to my database through email, I host them all on YouTube, and then I will boost a Facebook post in my geographical area based on that little video. So yes, I absolutely do that as well. It's a great strategy as long as you have a strategy around it and you're purposeful around it. Meaning, when somebody watches that video, where are you going to send that traffic? Are you going to send them to a lead capture page? Are you going to send them to your website? What are you going to do with that actual traffic? So if you're going to spend the money to do either Facebook ads or to boost ads on Facebook, it's one thing to understand that you're just spending the money from a branding perspective. You're not expecting anything back. So if you're doing it just so people can see you and you don't expect anything in return, that's fine. But if you're going to boost Facebook posts or do any type of Facebook advertising and you have the mindset or the hope to drive leads from it, well, you need a back-end strategy that will sync with that front-end strategy. So hopefully that makes sense. Cami, if it doesn't, you can always send me a private message and I'll answer some more questions on that. So anything else from you guys? I'm gonna probably log off. I'm trying to keep these around 30 minutes or less. I know they can get long, and we could probably stay on here all night. That's why I always say, if you have questions, just write them down. You can email them to me, or you can send them to me in a private message, and I'll answer them every single Monday night. So thank you guys again for watching, and we'll talk to you guys real soon, all right?